was an Indian. So I don't know.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 3 of the Indian fusion cooking. We have Louise, Rose, Anne, Steve, Sasha, Bill, and myself here. We have a couple people that are the regulars are not here for some reasons, some other reason. Anyway, so today we are going to dive into making the moong and millet broth, highly nutritious, and has lots of health benefits for the different organs in the body. Extremely beneficial for your digestive tract as well as for the digestive tract. Okay, and then we're going to do spinach. I'm not using fresh spinach. My intention in this session is to make sure everything is very easy and easily replicable, duplicatable. So always fresh spinach is ideal, but I'm going to use frozen spinach because that's really easy. So I have a couple bags of frozen cut spinach. I'm going to stick that. I'm sticking this in this stainless steel pan instead of a non-stick pan because I'm going to be using my submersible blender and I don't want it to scratch the bottom of my pan. So just a little bit of water. And we're going to put the spinach in there. These are a few steps we have to take before we get into the actual cooking of it all. And then, sometimes you spill some frozen spinach out of the bag like I just did. And that's one bag. I'm going to eyeball it. I may just use 2. I may use 3. Okay.
Yeah, but it's going to cook down.
It's going to cook down. Yes, I think we'll go with 3 because it really does cook down. Okay. Yes. 3, and it is 16 ounces, 1 pound bag. So I have 3 pounds of spinach here. So that's done. We're going to just cover this and let the thing happen and let it thaw and just cook some.
Is there a difference between using the frozen or the fresh spinach?
No, there is no. You would just have to use a lot of fresh spinach because it boils down to nothing.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why. And another thing for me is when I use fresh greens, my mother would always say you wash them by putting them in a bowl, shaking them off so that the sand or the dirt settles to the bottom. That's the proper way of cleaning cilantro, spinach, any kind of greens. Many times they put things in colanders to clean, but with spinach, you put it in a bowl. So I just didn't want to go through having a mound of spinach to be cooked
You end up with the same thing anyway, don't you? When it boils down, it's the same thing.
It does, and yes, absolutely. But I don't know, I find that there's something always special when I use fresh spinach. There's something, I don't know, it does come down to the same thing, especially once it's all spiced up and creamed up like we're going to do it today.
And you have to cut the stems off, right?
No, because we're going to use the blender.
With the fresh spinach, if you did, you wouldn't cut the stems?
I would take some of the stems, the heavy stems off, but
Yeah.
not, I wouldn't take any of the tender ones out.
Okay.
Yes, just, how when you pull spinach out from the earth, there's always the bottom part. I would just break it and leave the tender ones on because it's greens and it's all going to get blended. Okay. So we have spinach here. In the back, I have some frozen peas because I'm going to make basmati rice with cashews and peas. Okay, to go with the spinach. And this is the Indian cheese, the paneer. You can get any Indian cheese from the Indian store, any brand name. There are several brands.
What is that comparable to?
It's a very bad comparison would be tofu.
Okay.
So if somebody doesn't
Consistency-wise.
but nothing the flavor, and this is milk, tofu is soybean. Okay. Indian preparations like paneer tikka masala. Have you heard of chicken tikka masala? So that's what they use, paneer. the Indian cheese. They use these to make fritters. They are extraordinary. You create the batter with chickpea flour, lots of yummy spices. You dip cubes or long finger-like.
What'd you say it's made of? It's soy?
So this is milk.
Soy
Milk.
milk.
This is milk.
Regular
This
cow
is regular.
milk.
This is
Cow
cow
milk.
milk.
Okay.
Cow milk, approximately 1 gallon of cow milk to half a cup, half a cup is too much.
Quarter cup of lemon
Quarter
juice.
cup of lemon juice.
Mm.
After the
I've
milk
made
comes
it
to the
before.
boil, you pour the lemon juice on the milk, and the whey and this milk solids separate.
Yeah.
And then you tie the milk, the solids, drain the whey. The whey can be used for making gravies as well as to make doughs. Instead of water, you use the whey. That's another use for the whey. But the solid is you tie it in a cloth and squeeze it out. And then I usually take a big pan of water and to create weight. Some people will use a stone or something. There's a special Indian stone used for, you can use a mortar or pestle, whatever you can use to make sure it's heavy. So the pressure will cause it to become like this.
What size package is that?
This is a 14-ounce package, almost a pound.
Yeah, you had it all.
Yes.
Oh, paneer.
That's paneer. Correct. Yes.
Cheese and spinach.
Now, last week I had mentioned that I was going to share with you something about millet and whole grain moong. This is a broth. There are 7 different kinds of millet. This is kodo, Kodo millet. Okay?
Super fine.
Yes. So half a cup. Did you have half or quarter?
Those are about the quarter.
Quarter. This is quarter cup of millet and quarter cup of moong, green moong. Green moong and millet. And these have been soaked for over 8 hours. I have rinsed the moong many, many times, but the millet we are not going to rinse. I'm going to stick this in the pan and it's going to cook while we are doing all the other cooking. All we're going to do is add salt and pepper to it and then have it as a broth. Well, broth, soup, whatever you want to call it. The thing is, it's very healthy and it could be an acquired taste. I enjoyed the taste the first time I had it.
What was the first word you used before soup?
Broth.
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 Broth. Yes. Yes. 10 times the quantity of water. The ratio is, if it's half a cup of grains soaked, we're going to use 5 cups of water. And we always want to make sure we keep maintaining that ratio in the process of cooking, because as you cook, it cooks down and I have to add water a couple times.
Yes, you had just sent the recipe.
Yes. 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 Good. So so we have a couple things we've talked about so far. We talked about the spinach cooking, the millet and moong doing its thing. The peas are almost done back there. I'm going to turn them off because I want to just use them for, they're going to also cook in the rice when I make the rice. We're going to go ahead and cut this into cubes and make the paneer. We're going to pan fry the paneer, just slightly toast it, make it golden, and have it ready to plop in the spinach once it's all spiced and ready to go. Okay, now, this will all come together. If you're confused, don't worry. I will keep repeating things. So we are making moong and millet. We're making spinach and cheese. We're making rice. And we are making a sprout salad. I make homegrown sprouts. These sprouts are with the green moong bean. When a bean is soaked and when you let it sprout, so I have some sprouting over here, and I have it so that you could see. This is the process. After it has soaked for 8 hours, By tomorrow night, it will be ready. If you see, there's baby sprouts growing.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
good. Is that like alfalfa spring?
it's the process of making them is like alfalfa sprouts.
Okay, but it's a different taste.
It's a different taste. Alfalfa is very fine, like hair. These, the bean, and then it has its tail, right? So the importance of sprouts is that it's full of enzymes. It's no longer a grain. As once something sprouts, even in making the millet and the moong, it has sprouted because we soaked it for over 8 hours. The composition alters than when you don't soak something. And it's really, it's very different what the body does with it and how the body responds to when something is soaked versus not. There has been times when I would just, okay, I didn't have anything, just take the green whole moong beans, wash it and stick it in the pressure cooker and make it. Now understanding the significance of what happens when you soak it and then you rinse it thoroughly, and now it's shifted to being a sprout and I'm cooking the sprouts, and it's very different how your body responds to it. So that's that. One other thing I want to share with you is fenugreek. Are you familiar with fenugreek? Fenugreek is a seed. I made some fenugreek sprouts. I also am growing some right here, right now. The combination of fenugreek and green moong sprouts is the best thing for the brain. Yes, 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 and yes. If you eat the fenugreek sprouts, whole green moong sprouts, and make yourself this broth with millet, you're really serving your body and nourishing it, giving it the nutrients, the minerals, and all that it needs to keep this going for a very, very, very long time, hopefully until the end of your existence in this body. So, since I have learned that the significance of fenugreek and green moong, I'm like, I'm doing this because I really want this brain to be sharp for a very long time. And so I wanted to share it with you, and we're going to, and this is what the sprouts look like. The fenugreek sprouts, again, once they get to be about 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch, they have a distinct flavor as well. Yes. And these are very healthy. Sprouts are just the best.
Are you getting the seeds at the Indian store?
Yes.
There?
Yes, ideally it's best if you can get organic moong and organic fenugreek. When my daughter had her 2 babies, one of the things that you give a new mom is fenugreek powder, fenugreek seeds in the preparations. Fenugreek has so many health benefits, especially for a new mother. So my daughter had ordered some online organic. Now, when I have, and another thing I have done is what I have is not organic, but I've not been fussing about it much. But ideally, if you're somebody,
So how does it work with old mothers?
I tell you, for the brain health, please get the fenugreek and whole moong sprouts going for yourself. Very important. Okay. Now we're going to go back to checking on the spinach is coming along. It'd be nice to turn the stove on. I'm going to open this and start frying this. Okay. So this is going to be very easy and simple. Scissors. So the thing about this is a lot of people in India, they will use onions and garlic, which makes it more flavorful. Again, my commitment here is to have it be very simple. You can use chopped onions and saute them in olive oil before you put the mixed, ground up spinach in it.
Mhm.
But what I'm going to do is, once this is done, the submersible goes in here.
Mhm.
It grinds everything up. That's when I'm going to put my spices. And the big secret is heavy cream, a little bit of heavy cream.
So
Any-
basically, you're not cooking your spices, they're just fresh.
Correct. They're put in there. And the cream, the fat in there, along with the paneer, it gives plenty of richness for the spices to just, marinate and mix together. And it works. And the couple key things over here is lemon juice. Lemon juice is one of the critical ingredients to put in here along with the heavy cream. Just does wonders. So, and what you find, the palak paneer that you find at the Indian restaurants, it's loaded with grease. There's a lot of oil, or yes, there is. You could see at the edges, you'll see there's grease because they are deep frying the paneer. And also they are taking the spices and sauteing them in oil. We don't need that much oil. It doesn't have to be. I'm giving the body sufficient fat by adding a little heavy cream and pan frying this.
Why do they do it that way? Easy
Well,
to
it's
prepare.
easy to
Quicker.
prepare. They also saute the onions. It's all about, see, when you add ghee and fat, it makes it richer. Anything with a little extra butter, it's always a little richer, and that's how they
And also restaurants need a lot more volume.
correct. They do. I do not know if that contributes to how long it stays good. Really, we only cook portions that Bill and I will eat in a couple days. We don't usually cook big quantities. So let's just play with it and just see how you like it as we move forward. So this is almost done.
You need to teach at Ollie.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Let's go talk to him.
Yes.
I'd love you to teach an Indian culture class.
Excuse me?
An Indian culture class.
I would love that. I'd love that very
I'd love
much.
that. I'd be the first one in the first row. Yeah, they'll take you. Just go talk to them.
Have you been there? Have you been
I
a
take
student?
classes there.
Are you? Oh, you do.
Yeah, I take classes.
Okay, good. That would be great because I can have you give me a recommendation.
Oh, sure.
That would be
Absolutely.
okay. That'd be wonderful. Excellent. Paneer. I'm going to cut it up and pan fry it.
When does milk become cheese?
Excuse me.
When does milk become cheese?
When you put the lemon juice in it.
So that's the only thing that's the thing that starts it to make it into a cheese?
Correct.
Well, it's almost like making buttermilk if you're doing a buttermilk.
Correct. Mhm. Yes. Palak paneer.
Thickens it up. Lemon juice thickens up.
Well, it separates the milk solids from the whey. Just like with cream cheese. What's the process of making
I
cream
think
cheese?
it's vinegar.
It's vinegar.
I think.
But they do something to. I just had a thought. There is a certain process of making homemade cream cheese. I just have never. Philadelphia has done a good job for my cheesecakes in the past, so I haven't really ventured the other way. And I'm totally okay with the way Philadelphia cream cheese is made. But I know of friends who would make their own cream cheese as well. I'm going a little off track here because I want to talk about a specific.
You have a lot of spare time.
I'm exactly right, really.
And no other hobbies.
Exactly. Yes. Seriously. Again, we all know how important it is to invest some time in cooking. And then there's always like, okay, how do you like stay in balance and not go overboard, right? So for me, that's why I am sharing what I'm sharing with you, is because how can you have this work for you with ease? So you're not discouraged and it doesn't occur as, oh, it's so overwhelming to make palak paneer or chana masala, the peas and tomato sauce that we did last week. That's why I cheat and I use some of the ready-made, Trader Joe's sauce. Now, I didn't do that when I was teaching. I taught the real way, but it works. It really does work.
Actually, their palate paneer is better than some restaurants.
Yeah, I've had it. Yes,
Yeah, it's pretty
I've
good.
had the chana masala.
Won't be nearly as good as yours.
Well, I don't know. Again, it's different. Every cook, their style is different. There are some cooks in India, in a certain part of India, where they soak a certain bean called chana dal, this bean. They will soak this, cook it, and also put that in their for body. So there's always a little variation. Different parts of India, they make things, it may occur like, oh yeah, it's the same thing, but yeah. And every cook, they put their energy in it and it tastes different. What you're hearing and what you're, taking notes about, and as you explore online, and then you make your own version, you improvise it. And you make it your own.
The
Yes.
answer is lemon juice, lime juice, or white vinegar can all be used to separate.
To separate it. Okay. Yes. There you go. Thank you. So to make paneer, if you are watching online, to make paneer, you can use lemon juice, lime juice, or white vinegar in the milk, and it will give you the separation of the milk solids and the whey. All right. So this is almost done. Turn this down, and I'm going to get the cast iron pan to do the. Hey, Bill. Would you please get me the deep cast iron pan from the garage? Okay. So I just cut up the paneer into cubes, and I'm going to put some olive oil in the pan and then gently make it golden. It's really nice when it has golden edges. And set it aside, and now I'm going to go get the submersible and grind the spinach. I should have had it out already. I forgot to pull it out. All right. Thank you. All right, let's do this. The rice can go over here. All the ingredients for the rice are over here. And we'll do the same with the cashews. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute some cashews. How about one of you help me split these cashews, please?
Do you want this? Sandhya, where do you want this? Over there?
No, over here in the front. Thank you. Yeah. Excellent. Let me get your hand towel. This is fine. All right. So there is the millet and the moong is on a rolling boil, and I'm going to be adding water shortly to make sure the volume is always the ratio of half cup. There's always 5 cups of water in there, so it has good broth. Okay, now,
What do you want me to do here?
I want you to, with the bird's beak, we go back to the bird's beak. Just split these into half for me, please. Thank you. And you can take a little bit more from there. Olive oil for the paneer. Since I have a pound of paneer almost, I'm using a little extra olive oil so I don't run out. And
You buy most of your groceries at the Indian store?
we go shopping at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Indian Store, and French Broad Co-op. We go different places depending upon what we need. Just the Indian, 2 days ago, Bill and I, we went to Greenville, South Carolina, to the Indian store down there.
That's the one you really like, that's the.
I
that's the
really,
biggest
yeah, there
section.
was a lot more variety of things over there. So, yes. So that worked out really well.
So you got rice soaking over there?
I do have rice
How
soaking.
much is that?
I'm doing 1 1/4 cup of rice with 2 1/2 cups of water in it. That reminds me, I'm gonna go ahead and strain
And-
the,
Is it basmati rice?
it's basmati rice, yes. I'm gonna strain the peas.
And how many peas did you?
I would
Okay.
say this is about a cup of peas, green
Okay.
peas, yes.
125 peas.
That's right,
Not more,
exactly.
not less.
Not more.
Okay, and how many cashews?
I would say half a cup of cashews,
Okay,
yes. Half a cup of cashews would make it nice and rich.
so that would be like about 75 cashews, okay.
Large size cashews. 100 of them.
Oh, Lord, okay, excuse me, I'll be right back, I'm gonna try to stand higher. And, for some reason, I just feel extra warm today. And I'm gonna
Set it lower, dear.
The heat
did warm up.
Yes, the heat definitely makes a difference. Shutting my holes. The air moving definitely helps. All
You
right,
want
the
this
oil is
puppy on
ready.
high?
Yes, please. Okay, the oil is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and gently, very gently, put these in here. Thank you very much.
And you're using olive oil with that paneer?
I am using olive oil. You can use ghee.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm using olive oil. Okay, good. I'm going to add some water to the millet and the moong. So we have the paneer. The next I'm going to grind the spinach. We're going to start the rice momentarily, and here's 2 more cups of water in the millet and moong. Remember, millet and moong, very healthy for your system. Okay, now it's time to use the immersible blender and get this show on the road. You can come and stir this and get a feel of it, so you can see how it feels. You're welcome to do that. Yeah, please. Get acquainted with everything that's happening here. It's going to cook for at least a half hour or longer. We want to make sure the beans and the millet is completely soft. And now we're going to grind up the spinach.
Yes.
Isn't it? It makes it so easy.
Well, I think I have one.
Hershey's bigger.
I think you're mine went. Actually, I use it as soon as you should. That's the only thing I have.
Don't you give it? Yeah, I have one, but I was forget.
Now you know, you can use it. Very good, almost done. While I do that, I'm going to make sure I keep an eye on the paneer and not burn it.
No.
Nice golden. You have to keep an eye on it, otherwise it can get dark. This is fine. No more than that. Okay.
Weird, that brown stuff doesn't melt.
No, because it's paneer, it doesn't melt. Yes, so sometimes people like to use that Mexican cheese that looks like paneer in the store. That just melts, it's a mess. So you can't pan fry that. Some people will take that Mexican cheese, cut it into chunks instead of buying paneer and put that in the preparation, but you cannot.
So that acts more like tofu, doesn't it?
Yes, now I do the same thing with tofu. What I'm doing here, make it golden. Yes.
Now, what do you season your pan with?
I'm sorry?
Olive oil. What do you season your pan with? Particular kind of oil in between?
No, just whatever. It could be olive oil, it could be sesame oil.
I
And,
usually do flaxseed oil even if I'm cooking in olive
Okay.
oil.
okay, no, I did not, it just says vegetable oil when I was learning how to season, but that's what all I've done. And when I wash it, we don't use too much soap.
Right.
We just clean it out and then if it needs re-seasoned, we will do that. Yes.
I use canola.
Use canola?
Somebody that has a high smoke point, so you're not. I didn't get it. Recipes? Yeah, I didn't either. I don't know. I'm thinking about changing. I got it. Sometimes it's, I don't know. I'm getting fed up with it. Next time I'm gonna switch to tea or something. Oh, My sister has Verizon constant.
Making sure I get all the little pieces of, all the stems of spinach are ground up nicely. There were some stems that were stuck on the sides of the pan. So I'm just putting them all in there and grinding everything up. So here we go.
Now, have you added any spices to that, or?
I'm going to add a lot of spices to it. Yes, this is just one of the first step. Okay, first step.
And you can take the water.
I did not take the water. I did not have too much water to begin with.
Just enough to cover it. and
Yes.
cover it.
Yes. Nice. I like how the spinach, how the paneer looks. Okay. We are ready to put some spices in the palak paneer. Now this is where I have improvised. This goes with the rice. We are going to put. There we go. That's right. And before I forget, I need to get some cilantro out of here and heavy cream. cilantro, lemon.
Imagine it changes the flavor, but I generally substitute parsley for cilantro since cilantro tastes like ugly soap to me.
I know.
It's a genetic-
I
Yeah, it's a
understand.
genetic-
I love cilantro.
Yeah, I know of someone else who cannot handle cilantro, so I was surprised.
Yeah, it's a gene.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if anybody else. in
Half
the
a
family-
teaspoon of cayenne,
I'm sorry, how much?
half a teaspoon of cayenne. One tablespoon of coriander powder. I freshly ground the coriander powder. Half a tablespoon of cumin powder. Half a tablespoon of curry powder. Actually, I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of curry powder.
Yay.
Are all curry powders the same?
They are all different, but I have 3 pounds of spinach here. So I want to make sure I have enough curry. I'm going to be putting some. Would one of you help me with this, please?
What kind of curry are you using?
I use the curry powder from the Indian store that's already spiced. It's called curry powder. And different grains have a little different curry powder, but it really does do the job. You do not have to get too attached to the brand. It really does do the job. Okay. You ready for this? Okay,
Juice it in there.
please,
Okay.
please.
Gotcha. 2 minutes. Juice if you like.
Turn it over the other way.
I know.
Are you okay with your hands on it? Would you
Yeah,
rather
I can do it.
It's
You
ratcheted,
should put the
so
lemon in there the other way.
Oh,
The lemon needs to go upside down.
okay.
Well, no wonder it's so hard, huh?
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Let me get this one.
You got it. You got it. So let's go like this. Okay.
You can do it, Steve.
Her
Yeah,
hand is
and
harder.
more of mine.
Yes, it is. It is.
Strong.
Thank you.
And you put it in there?
Yeah, we'll stick it in there. Okay.
Okay. and
Thank you.
So it's this side up, right? This
Correct.
side?
Correct. You got it. Perfect. Yeah, you got it. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. Salt to taste for the spinach. I use Himalayan salt. There is 3 pounds of spinach, 1 pound of cheese. So you might find that with lemon juice, you have to use much less salt. And that's the advantage of lemon juice. That's perfect. Very good. Thank you.
Lemon juice in there.
Yeah,
You'd have to use less salt.
that's right.
Not a fix.
It makes a big
Right,
difference.
it's not a fix.
It's not a fix.
Lots of people don't know that. Lemon juice substitutes or replaces salt.
So it's right now I have put 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which is 4 tablespoons. 1/4 cup. Okay. So right now that's how much I have in here. I may add another tablespoon of it. And I have heavy whipping cream here, and I'm going to use, I'm going to measure this so we do this right. Usually I just go, and
You got that down? Did you write that down?
I would say 1/3 of a cup. That was a 1/4 cup, and then I took a little bit more. So I made it 1/3 of a cup. And that totally changes everything in the spinach and cheese.
You got the paneer in there already?
No, paneer's gonna go in soon. All right. My executive decision, we're gonna make it half cup. Okay, and that's it. That's plenty. Plenty. You know, you put half cup of cream in something, it's going to taste good. And I did say I was going to add 1 more tablespoon of, and this is half a tablespoon. That's why I'm putting 2 of these. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the paneer cheese.
So,
It looks like it's supposed to look.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you just use the immersion?
Yes.
Do it that once?
Yes, I do that, and I tell you, it makes life so much easier. Now we're gonna let it, we got a lot of spices in here. We're just gonna let it sit while we go ahead and do the rice. Sorry, forgot about this. Let's clean this up so it doesn't dry out. Very good. One important ingredient, ginger juice. I'm sorry. Normally people do ginger chili paste, but I'm just going to do ginger juice. Okay? I have ginger juice.
Did you make that?
Yes. We get organic ginger from Whole Foods, and we use it for ginger tea, ginger ale, and for our Thai and Indian preparations. Yes, ginger juice.
Talk to you about how you did it.
Absolutely. Bill is the one who does it.
Do you squeeze it like a garlic press kind of thing? No.
I have a
1
masticating
tablespoon.
juicer.
Yeah, what?
A masticating juicer.
It really
You
leaves.
guys have got the equipment.
It's right here.
Masticating
It's right here.
juicer.
The real fancy kind.
Uh-huh.
It's leaves.
Oh, my gosh.
It leaves. Yes. It leaves
I
no.
don't have a masticator.
No juice. It leaves no juice in
You
there.
can use any kind of juicer.
I guess everybody's gotta have one.
Well, what happens is when you have a good juicer, there's no juice that's going in the pulp in the garbage.
So what do you do with the pulp? Is what I was gonna
It's
ask.
so dry you can just put it in the compost.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I put it in the compost pile.
Now I need a volunteer to do some cilantro for me, please. And what do you want to do? Over here. Maybe do this much. That's plenty. Okay, so what am I doing? You're separating the leaves, you're rinsing it off. I'm going to give you a bowl to rinse it off.
Okay, so get rid of the seeds.
Yeah, the not tender ones we will get rid of.
So is there anything you can substitute for that ginger juice if you don't have it? Can you buy it or can you? I know
You
it
can
would
put
be better
a little ginger powder.
Just put a little ginger powder.
Ginger,
in
half, so you would put half a teaspoon of ginger powder.
Sounds
That
like
would be plenty. I like the aroma.
it. I love ginger, so.
Yes, that's great.
What's in the other pot? Oh, that's your mung and millet.
That's my mung and millet. I'm going to add 2 more cups of water, and that will be the end of that.
So you didn't add a bunch of water at first, you're just adding gradually.
I'm
each
adding
time
it
you
gradually,
need it.
yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, to just make sure that,
You don't get too much water or?
I just feel like if I add too much water, it takes a lot more time for it to start boiling.
Oh, okay.
So I keep eyeballing it and managing it, just to make sure that it has enough broth. And then when it sits, it gets really thick. So we have a little leftover from yesterday in the refrigerator. You see how thick it gets?
Oh,
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So it's good that we have the sprouts and things ready so you can see what happens when they've been sitting around.
It's served hot, correct?
Hmm?
Is it
Yes.
served hot or cold or?
Hot.
Hot.
Hot, ideally fresh. That's another whole detail about Indian cooking and healthy eating. When you make something, you want to ideally eat it within 3.5 hours. Yes, you can stick it in the refrigerator. You can freeze it, but just leaving it in the refrigerator, it does reduce the nutritional value of the food the longer it sits outside or in the refrigerator versus eating it fresh. Yeah, that's a gold nugget. Just because it's sitting around in the refrigerator, that doesn't mean it has the nutritional value that it would when it's first cooked. So, yes.
I won't hurt you, dog.
Well, consider it done. We're going to make the basmati rice. It's very simple. I'm going to add a couple aromatic spices. 2 cinnamon sticks, some cloves, and then I'm going to saute the cashews and some cumin seeds and throw in the peas and the rice with the water. That's it. And it's just I'm going to let the aroma of the spices, the cinnamon sticks and the cloves do the magic.
So you take them out before serving?
Yes, I do. I don't take the cloves out. I just take the cinnamon sticks out. And I will be making it in ghee. That's one thing about rice. When you make it in ghee, it's divine. Just divine. Want me to rinse this, please, in the bowl? Yes, please. Thank you. I'm going to move the palak paneer on the back, and then we'll do the rice at the front here. This pan is large enough for the quantity of rice I'm going to be making. I'm going to make it with ghee. You ready? 2 tablespoons of ghee. I'm going to add a couple of these dry red chilies in there. Okay? Press back. And then it goes in the bottom drawer in the refrigerator. Thank you. As the ghee warms up, I'm going to add this in here. You can stay here and watch. This is important. And I'll use the cashews when you're ready. We do the honors. Need these dried? No, I just want them rinsed off really good so there's no dirt on the bottom of the process, and then that's it. Do you want them to top? Yes, please. So we have cinnamon sticks, cloves, peppers in here, hot peppers in here, and we're going to add the cashews. We are making some basmati rice with peas, and we have some whole cashews halved. And once the cashews are golden, then I'm going to add the peas and the rice and and some salt.
Cindy's got the little one.
Would you give me a spatula from there, please? This looks awesome. It looks divine. And it smells wonderful with the cinnamon that works. With the cinnamon and the cloves, oh, it's awesome.
It would be harder to cut with the serrated knife.
Okay,
Whatever works.
that's the way I usually do it.
Whatever works.
Well, come here and show me how you do it. Maybe teach me something I haven't thought of.
No, that's fine.
You get the right idea, dry it out.
Yeah, I did. Use paper towel or something.
No, that's enough.
Okay. I'm gonna put some cumin seeds in here. Sasha?
Yeah.
Gotta check this out.
Cumin seeds.
There's cumins, yeah. Look at this, cumin, cinnamon, cloves, red chilies,
Let's see how that.
cashews.
So those are raw cashews?
Raw cashews, and I'm sauteing them,
Mhm.
and then
Purple chili.
a couple chilies, that's it. I'm gonna put the peas and the rice and some salt, and that's it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's very
Now,
simple.
were the peas cooked?
I cook them, yes.
Oh, okay. Little sequences.
Keep going. She usually goes a little smaller than that. Pretty good. Let this last for a bit.
I already measured the rice and the water in here. It's a cup and a quarter of rice with 2.5 cups of water.
It's hard with.
So you hadn't cooked it, you just had it soaking.
I just had it soaking. Yes, it's all gonna cook together.
Giving up on these.
Yes.
What's making this cough?
Good show.
It's the spices in the heat is what makes you cough. Now I'm gonna add some salt and we are good to go. Would you like turmeric in your rice? Would you like a yellow rice?
Yes.
Okay, let's do turmeric in your rice.
Turmeric?
Why not, right?
Mhm.
Add a little turmeric to it.
Turmeric is good for you.
Yes.
Do you use
Wonderful.
saffron too, or? no?
I do use saffron. I do. And some salt. And that's it. Now we are completely complete with the cooking process of the rice with the cashews and peas and cinnamon sticks and cloves and
You
some
can put them in the
chilies.
garbage too.
as soon as it boils, I'm going to turn it down, what we did last time. I'm going to turn it down and we're going to let it cook for 12 minutes. And that's it. I'm going to check on the spinach.
Yeah.
It's looking good. It's doing its thing. Wonderful. And I'm going to check on this. This is almost done.
Oh, that's my oil and seasoning for my tomatoes.
Yes. Would you bring basil?
It's on it.
All right. Now this is what I call having your dinner ready in 1 hour. You got 3 preps ready. This is going to go in the spinach, the chopped cilantro. And I'm going to go ahead and have one of you do the cucumber for me.
Had a lot of practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So we are going to go ahead and cut the cucumber and put that over here.
What do you
And
want me
the
to do?
sprouts, we're gonna peel and chop it small.
Okay.
Okay?
Small pieces.
Yes, yes.
Chop it up, yeah,
I'm
chop
gonna
it.
give you a different board and knife. Okay, small pieces.
So the cucumber's going in the sprout salad, is that right?
It's gonna go in the sprout salad.
And you have a lot of zucchini too.
I did last year, I haven't gotten as much.
Like peel them
Yes, that's fine.
And one plant died. Which is why-
I love these kind of cucumbers because they have very little seeds.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes. Thank you.
But I have had a cat that keeps getting in the garden, so I've been spreading coffee grinds, and it apparently keeps cats out. So I suspect a cat might have gotten
So that's
it.
pretty much it.
So.
In the sprouts, we're gonna start with a bowl here. I'm taking 1 cup of sprouts. No. I want this like this.
Yes, last night I was looking at recipes. and
Yeah, I was
looking
gonna chop them up more. I just,
More?
yeah,
What I
I
was
just,
gonna do is this is how we do it.
okay.
And then I was
It makes
looking
it
at,
go much faster.
And well, like I did this week, made
You go like this.
fritters with potatoes, zucchini, and cheese, and eggs. Really good.
Yeah, it's already in quarters. So.
And then go ahead and
Oh,
do it so you get what you need. All right, this is
What
one.
do you use?
I use whole wheat flour and eggs and
12 minutes.
cheese.
That's it.
I'll take.
And 1 cup in that bowl for the moon sprouts. I'm making a moon sprout salad. I'm gonna take 1 cup of moon sprouts, 1 cucumber, some cilantro, lemon juice, and a wee little bit of salt. And that's it. We're gonna have a healthy sprout salad. Cilantro, cucumber, and lemon juice. Excellent. Thank you. That works. Thank you very much.
It's such a different way of cooking, huh?
And a tablespoon of, no, a tablespoon and a half of lemon juice. All right, and just a hint of salt and pepper. Black pepper.
Not this one.
Salt and black pepper.
I think maybe it was like a half a cup of cilantro or.
Oh, no, it was just a couple tablespoons of
Oh,
cilantro.
okay.
Yes, not much cilantro.
But when she's gone, the eggs, and the eggs, three together. So we're gonna use those for eggs, and curing potatoes, and sweet potatoes.
This is what our sprout salad looks like. Very simple, very light, very nutritious. How can you go wrong with a fresh cucumber in the garden and homemade sprouts? My goodness. All right, so we are almost done. In about 10 minutes, the rice will be ready. So today we have made palak paneer, spinach, and Indian cheese, rice with peas and cashews, the millet and moong broth, and sprouts and cucumber salad. And we have deviled eggs. We have a quinoa salad brought by Sasha and Steve. Deviled eggs are from Louise. Tomatoes and mozzarella with basil and olive oil by Rose, and an almond cake by Anne. Everyone come and say hello to the group online. And let them know what you made. Come on, Sasha. Sasha.
So, hi, everybody. I made a quinoa salad with cucumbers from our garden, herbs from our garden, tomatoes from our garden, and it has a little bit of red onion, feta, and Kalamata olives.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Steve and I grow this stuff. Okay.
and I picked up some fresh tomatoes from the farmer's market, and I put some mozzarella on and basil from my garden.
Yay, thank you, Rose.
Hi, I'm Louise, and I brought deviled eggs.
Yay, and Anne, your turn.
What am I supposed to do?
Introduce yourself and what did you make?
I'm Anne. I made almond cake. It's the first time I've made it, so I have no clue how this will turn out.
It's gonna be great.
You're great.
Anne is a great cook.
It's like my power
So,
class.
as you can tell, we have an amazing feast here. And thank you so much for being with us online. And I wish you were here with us sampling all the lovely foods that we have. Until next time, bye-bye. Thank you very much for joining.
So how many did you have today? You think?